tufts of hair that's supposed to come off as bushy. It doesn't come off as bushy because there's literally no extra sharp lines aside from the edge, which makes her hair have no volume to it whatso freaking ever. Seriously, just look at it. This hair is as flat as my chest. This bitch has no wrists. Her thumb isn't even opposable, if you compare it to the angle of the pinky, or are both the thumb and pinky opposable? If so, then I find that very impractical since the pinky finger generally doesn't have much use for holding things without the support of the other fingers. So what's the point of having two opposable fingers, especially if you're on the complete opposite end of the hand? If that wasn't the case, the thumb should be bending in the opposite direction of all the opposing fingers. It's basic anatomy, fuckwad. Thumb points away from each other. This bitch has no knuckles. I see the sleeves are ripped, but why not the upper part of the shirt? I mean, if this is a full body transformation, shouldn't the top of the shirt have rips and tears in it if her chest is more exposed like that? Not saying I want to see more of this skanks $2 rack, but physics are something that should not be ignored even in a physical transformation. Her head is up too high. If anything, the head should be lowered even more towards over the chest, so she looks like she's actually arching forward instead of raising her head while arching forward. I just tried doing that pose and I feel very uncomfortable right now. Why are her sleeves even torn? It doesn't even look like she gained muscle mass, just a freakishly bad hair day and dental care. So, what, did she just eat her shirt and pants because she was desperate? Lady, I'm sure there's a McDonald's nearby that could get you a Whopper and fries, just don't eat your clothes. Speaking of the fang, there's one, but where's the other one? If it's covered by the tuft of hair, then at least show it. In fact, from this angle, you could easily make indications of a second fang by drawing snippets of it underneath it. And if there is only one, then Jesus, how bad of a dental plan do you have? What, did you piss off Dr. Bender or something? Shouldn't her teeth be curved more so towards her body and not sticking out pointed? It gives me the idea her teeth are curving outwards. I think you may need to see a dentist. Maybe not Dr. Bender because you apparently pissed him off. Why is your left arm narrower than your right arm? Miss, you're deformed. What happened to her left hand? Did your right hand just eat the dang thing? What purpose does a hand-eating hand serve someone? If the answer is underneath the right hand, then again, indication needs to be made. Hell, you could have easily drawn a second hand underneath the right hand to show there's something being covered. You also can't foreshorten for crap. It's clear to see the right hand is trying to stick closer to the camera, but if we're talking perspective, the line should be more narrow at the top and gradually grow wider near the bottom where the objects are closer. Why do you have two sets of black blades in the back? Why do you have blades stretching across nearly your entire arm? You shouldn't even be able to bend your elbows with that many. How do those blades even work? Do you just run up and nudge people with your elbow? These seem very impractical. You look like a chicken flapping your wings instead of trying to slash someone with a blade. I'd probably die of laughter before I died of blood loss. If the blades are coming from the arms, then why are the sleeves on the sides not torn up? They've got to be coming out of something, or is this some Kurumu magic you're trying to pull here? What purpose does the tail serve if the blades on your arms are so massive? I think people focusing on your blades will be well out of the reach of your tail if getting impaled is the worst of their worries. Plus, if your biggest weapon is to attack people with those blades, then why bother having spikes on the tail? What do you think, someone's going to just come up from behind and try to sneak attack you past the wall of sharp pointy things? Christ, you're paranoid. The tip of your tail looks like it's near your head. Given this perspective and where your rear is, supposedly, your tail is probably over 2 freaking feet long. You have a sword for a whip on your butt. How do you not constantly trip over it? That is, if it's to even be attached to your rear to begin with, given the number of times you've had your tail come out of your spine, which is completely wrong. Why do you even need to split blades into 5? Wouldn't it be easier to handle 1 blade instead of 5? I couldn't imagine a number of times you probably stabbed yourself with those things. Without intention. Your right leg is missing. Again, if it's behind something, show indication. You could have easily done so by drawing the outer part of the leg. Also, if I'm to assume that's how the leg is positioned, then again, there is a very uncomfortable position you're standing in. Your feet and ankles are so close together, I'm surprised your circulation hasn't been lost. And I'm still hoping that it does. Your knees are too high if you're going for a bending over pose like that. Hell, I'm having a hard time distinguishing your knees from your calves. The head is also completely wrong. The eyes and ears are drawn too high of an angle to look like her head is towards the ground. You look like you're kneeling forwards while trying to keep a forward look at the same time. Bruh, either you have a very flexible pencil neck or you had to break the top of your own spinal cord, which I'm pretty sure is abuse and illegal in many states except Utah. I'm also pretty sure that's murder, so your character should be dead. While we're on the subject of her fangs, where exactly is her mouth placed? If it's supposed to be on the bottom of her muzzle, then that would make the angle of the teeth look worse, considering they're sticking straight out instead of downwards at an angle. Those son of a bitches are pointing right at my face. How do you even eat with fangs like that? What the fuck is on your shoes? More spikes? What purpose do they serve? They're on top of the shoe. How are you going to utilize them in an actual fight? Unless you're going to tap someone in the balls, in which case your character's kind of a dick. She's got freaking claws too. So claws, blade splitters, a spiked tail, saber teeth, and spiked shoes? Newsflash, the more spikes your character has doesn't make them look cooler. In fact, this one-dimensional snot drizzler looks like it just got rejected out of Hot Topic. Looking back at the shirt, I'm now noticing the star symbol on it, which means your shirt actually stretched in size as you transformed. In that case, how are ripped sleeves and ripped pants even possible? I get you're an anthropomorphic creature, but at least show some respect towards physics. If the shirt actually did stretch, shouldn't there be some sort of stretch marks on the damn thing to show it's tighter around the body? In case you haven't realized it yet, clothes are made of fabrics. Fabrics fold! How long is that damn necklace? At this angle, if you were to stand up, that thing would be hanging below your plastic surgery job. That's not the best place a necklace should be hanging. Their clothes also have no folds or creases to show their clothes. And instead, all it looks like is a completely solid object with no volume to it whatsoever. Even after ripping the clothes, there should be some wrinkles and creases to show that they're tighter around the body. Is the rim of the skirt torn? The fuck's causing that to rip? If anything, shouldn't the waistband of the skirt be more liable to rip instead of just the rim? Also, why in Palutaina's holy name is your skirt so freaking short? Is that just a sex appeal thing? Because if there's one thing I ain't doing, it's beating off to Quasimodo's adopted sister right here. Why even include the skirt if you're just going to wear pants over it? I mean, at least with some anime characters, they wear shorts with long dresses or skirts to not only feel comfortable, but still have freedom of movement, but having the reverse long pants and short skirt makes having the skirt entirely pointless. Tess's demon form apparently has the power to shorten her eyelashes because I swear to Palutena they are longer in every other picture. Shouldn't there be another heart on the left side of her leg? I mean, it's there in every other drawing, and I'm pretty sure that arm is not that large to hide the entire heart design. The right side of your head that's completely covered by your tufts of hair is the same shading as everything else. Shouldn't the shading be darker as the rest considering how much of the tufts of hair are overshadowing the right side of your head, and not the same shading? And now, fun with reading! After adjusting the pic here and there, I got it done. It looks so cool, I'm not gonna lie. Well, sure, if you're easily amused by second grade doodle art. I think I made it a little intimidating, XD. Yeah, no. If the blades on your elbows are the worst things I'll need to face, then I won't feel intimidated. I'll feel baffled by how your arms can even move. Yes, I can split the blades on my arms into 5 blades. It helps me get a more menacing strike in the enemy. How they work or where they come out of is something you'll have to see in the next installment of Mary Sue the Animated Series, because God forbid we can make a well-rounded character that makes the least lick of sense. It's not just the spikes on my tail you need to worry about, it's also the blades on my arms. Thank you for telling me something you literally just said in the last fucking sentence. And yes, people, she doesn't capitalize the first word of a sentence. Mid-20s and she doesn't know how to fucking grammar. A group of demons eat a corpse. Tess shows up. Really? You just show up? No real dramatic entrance? No reason why you just pop up, just poof, you're there. How suspicious. Demon eyes. Okay, demon eyes is not a stage direction. I make this simple and clear. I make this. Did you just drop out of high school or something because English was too hard for you or something? Leave and no one else gets hurt. Demon 1. Nothing particularly special about this demon. He's only demon number 1, about as endearing of a character as Rock number 7. As if a weakling like you would intimidate us, XT. Great, we have emoticons on a fucking script. What are you, one of those people who writes text speeches on a job application? Also, demon treat protagonists like a whelpling cliche. Tess turns demon, gets on all 4s, and the blades on my arms split into 5 blades. Okay, so you suddenly turn into a demon in front of these guys. Why not do it before? Or hell, why do it at all? Why suddenly reveal your demon form now? Is it because they called you a weak and then, girl, you got all emotional and neat? Also, why did the narration suddenly go from 3rd person to 1st person? I'll warn you one more time. Run or die. Okay, I seriously don't get why you want these demons gone. I mean, they're just minding their own business until suddenly Cutthole McFuckwad over here pretends to act like a landlord and kick them off their property. Look, I understand they're eating and maybe delicious, but you're too late. Go find something else. Demon 2, because there are a lack of names, you'll see how drastically they'll impact the story. Hey, I know that girl. Yeah, I know her because I just do. She cut me off on the road and gave me a weird face. It was really awkward. Tess. Angry face. Okay, what's with all the stupid emoticons and ellipses? What, did they just forget their lines or something? What, was demon number 3 supposed to know who the bitch is? Demon 2. It's the Demon Slayer, Tess the Lioness. Wait, so you recognize her in her demon form but not her base form? They literally wear the exact same clothes. Plus, if she's so willing to transform into her demon form right in front of things she's known for slaying, then I can't imagine her identity being too difficult to figure out. I assume Superman's identity will come off as a shocker for them too. Demon 3. Then let's take her down then! Yes, let's try to overpower someone who is infamously known for slaying demons. That'll teach the bitch. All 5 demons charge at me, even though only 3 of them share the line of dialogue. Screw the other 2, they're not important. Demon Tess dashes at them and slashes the demons to pieces. Such a climatic fight, I can just picture in my head. I just see 5 things charging and suddenly they're dead. No tension, no action, no nothing. Suck it 1 minute melee. All the demons are dead, but they gave me a few cuts as well. Ooh, cuts. What a minor inconvenience. Demon Tess heals and turns back to normal. See? Just heal those boo-boos right up. Minor inconvenience. Also, you can just transform back whenever you want as soon as you go into your demon form. That's some shit. I warned you. Walk off. Oh, look at that. The character underestimated by the demons one-shots all of them with no effort whatsoever cliche. I hope you guys like it. Someone kill me, please. Oh, and one more problem with this picture. The image has nothing to do with the script below. None of the events, none of the 5 demons, the corpse, nothing. Why do people think she's good?